Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen podcast. I'm BoredGamer and I'm joined by the lovely Zin. Say hello, lovely Zin.
Hello, lovely Zin.
Perfect. It's bam. We're in sync. We've got a podcast. We're going to be talking about the long wait for Cloud Imperium to come back to the offices. Well, they're in the offices, but the long wait for sort of Inside Star Citizen Live. We've got Alpha 3.22 updates. They're improving the current patch cycle. We've got Siege of Orison improvements as well. It looks like they're going to run that event. And there's ships from 2023. They're going to be back on sale, like as a big 2023 sale in 2024, in case you missed them, which I don't know why we're doing that, but apparently they are. And there's also a little bit of stuff that I want to talk about from the monthly reports as well. Even though we've got dedicated videos on that, we'll still talk about that here. So how are you doing, Zin? You right?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Good. It's a Monday morning, and it's Blue Monday, as Zin has told me.
Apparently, yes.
Apparently
it's a myth, but...
What do you mean it's a myth? You told me a myth?
Well, it's not really true. It's just sort of...
Yeah, in the ethos somewhere. So, basically, Blue Monday is supposed to be the day that people phone in sick the most. It's like the most depressing Monday. But we're gonna soldier on through, because we love Star Citizen. So, it's going to be another couple of weeks before Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live turn up. I was hoping that we'd see that much earlier on in January. What do you think about, so Star Citizen Live, Inside Star Citizen especially, sort of big development lifelines and ways of giving news information to us? Do you think that Cloud Imperium can get away with having quite long hiatuses, especially in January for it? Do you think that's actually quite reasonable? Do you think they should try and fill that with other content? What do you think, Zin?
I think it's reasonable. I think a lot of it is people just weren't around to be able to produce the videos, essentially.
So with that in mind, do you think they should actually have other stuff ready to go for them? They should have that in mind. Is it not too hard for them to actually fill that with other content? Or
I mean, they could, but things might change, like maybe it's just a case of we don't want to promise anything and then actually be like, well, actually, this isn't what we want to show you. I don't know, things change. Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, and it's fair and reasonable for them to have a bit of a break as well. I think, obviously, I've got rose-tinted or slightly different view on it because we've been pumping out a video a day, at least a video a day, for 9 years.
So, you have. I've only been here for 3, so...
Well, yes, you're still a spring chicken. But yes, it's probably pretty reasonable for them to have a break and whatever. And some people be like, no, they should have hiatus, or they don't want to drop quality of content, so it's fine that they have a break and all that sort of stuff. I just, I always want more. I'm hungry for more, and long hiatuses make me sad when it comes to stuff like this, because I want to get more information quicker. That said, we do know that they're doing lots of scheduling meetings in January, so maybe there's not a huge amount to talk about until they know exactly what's going into the next Alpha 3.23 patch. Yeah, so maybe that's fair. There is a load of game modes in Arena Commander to be getting on with. They put out the new schedule for the experimental modes and all that sort of jazz. We've also got a new 3.22 EPTU patch, which looks like it's going to be going live pretty soon. And it's also likely that we're going to be getting Siege of Orison or other dynamic events once that patch goes live. Actually, let's talk very briefly about Alpha 3.22 and that EPT patch. So one of the things they put in that, which I sort of want to get your opinion on, is they've updated turrets, so defense turrets, both for stations, so the ones that are floating and the ones that are defending stations, and for points of interest for bunkers and stuff. They've made them a load more powerful, given them a load more health. Now, is that the sort of direction you want to see? You want these defenses to be super powerful or a lot more powerful?
I mean, I think the ones at stations definitely should be.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. What about the ones at bunkers?
I don't know. Like, do people really use them? Or are these the ones that, the auto turrets that basically if you, come into a
So
place where you're not meant to be...
Yeah, they'll target you.
I don't think they need to be more powerful. I have trouble with them as it is.
Yes, so that's an interesting one, isn't it? So I don't want those bunker missions to be more prohibitive to access. The turrets that are effectively meant to be fought is the way I'd see it, which are the ones on ground targets, ones parts of missions. I want them to be more easily dealt with than ones at stations, which I want to be safe. So those areas I want to be safe, and what I mean by that is I want super deadly turrets at stations that go, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing at a station, you're going to be punished.
Yeah.
That said, Zin, do you think that it is a way to get people to use ground vehicles while attacking these structures, because those turrets aren't going to target your ground vehicle.
Maybe, but any of the missions that I've done where I've had to go somewhere where the turrets... So I've accepted the mission, but I'm not technically allowed to be there still. Like I'm doing something naughty.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be bothering to get out a ground vehicle to go access that place.
What if it was easy to get into your ground vehicle? So what if it was easy to get your ground vehicle into your ship? So with like the elevator system and the freight elevators and the persistent hangars, what if it was a quicker way of getting into that mission? You could just land over a little ridge and drive your vehicle in. Would
Maybe.
that be more appealing?
Yeah.
Okay. I do want them to try and push to get ground vehicles more used in games, and just generally in the verse. But it's ships just beat all, right? It's so quick and easy to get your ship around, and obviously, if I'm getting shot at something that doesn't pay me very much as a mission, then I'm just not going to take the mission.
Yeah. If there's going to be more risk, there needs to be more reward.
Yeah, and the gameplay loops should be fun and entertaining. And get you sort of hooked and involved with, rather than sort of feel fiddly and annoying. And obviously, Star Citizen Alpha for a reason. They're going to be evolving this until it is engaging and fun. So let's see what happens there. Some other stuff, lots of Siege of Orison fixes. They're doing some play tests there. It'll be good for them to get it consistently working Siege of Orison, because when Zin and I played it last, we didn't have the greatest experience because it was uncompletable. The lieutenants wouldn't spawn, but other people that played before us, when Siege of Orison first was chucked on the servers, were having a good time, were able to play all the way through. It just became sort of erratic and degraded over time. Yeah, they're trying to solve spawning issues and issues preventing completion with that, which is good. Cargo manifests for ships being balanced. This is something interesting. So they're basically going, you're looting ships, you're attacking ships, you're salvaging ships. They're changing what's going to be found on them. I haven't actually seen which direction this has gone in, whether it's just more variety, you're getting less money, getting more money, whatever, but I'm always interested to see in the patch notes that economy and cargo and stuff like that's being balanced. So I'm interested to know what people think in the comments below. Where would you like to see sort of loot and lootables on ships that you, AI ships and NPC ships that you find or salvage or otherwise take down? Where do you want that loot to be? Do you want it to be quite valuable loot? Do you want it to be erratic? So sometimes you find amazing treasure, most of the time you find trash.
I think erratic, yeah.
Yeah. So when you do get something cool, it's like, yeah, awesome. But you still can find something cool.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be like, for me anyway, if you know it's just not going to be worth it, then it's like, meh. You also won't bother looking. But if there's a chance that it could be good. And
you don't want it to be overly balanced too high, because that crashes the economy or makes people just say, that's the meta, we only salvage. Everyone salvages.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm hoping that the actual 3.22.0a patch that we're talking about on the EPT at the moment, I hope that goes live by the end of this week. That's what it looks like. And then they'll be chucking Siege of Orison up. Monthly reports. So, I thought it was interesting, the monthly report, because they talk about giving the Saber Raven a gold polish pass.
Yeah.
So Saber Raven, that's an Intel promo ship, literally given away with Intel Octane drives, and CIG don't really touch that ship other than to sort of get it into a good state, get it into gold state. But Intel were giving it away at DreamHack, I think, and there's been other giveaways more recently with Intel-based stuff that have had the Saber Raven in, and just sort of, we know this is basically an Intel promo ship. Is this where we're going to see it go in the future? Are Intel going to be giving it away more and more? Are we going to see more Intel promos?
I mean, thinking about it, I'm wondering if Intel have gone, we want to keep giving away the ship with our stuff, helps promote you, Star Citizen, as well at the same time. We see you're bringing a lot of your older ships and like more popular ships up to a gold standard. We want this to be up to a gold standard as well. Again, we don't know what sort of agreement they have with each other. We have determined that only Intel can give away the Saber Raven. Obviously, the fact they did it again recently at DreamHack, they're still interested in doing it and keeping up this relationship. So
yes, so Saber Raven, Intel look like they're giving it away again. We might see AMD ships again in the future, or whatever. Maybe see other variants and stuff of. So that was another thing I saw in the monthly report. They talked about variants straight after talking about the Saber Raven, and I'm assuming it's variants of other ships they were talking about, or vehicles.
Yeah,
but it could be about the Saber Raven.
Yeah, and it could be because the Saber Raven, once they've got that up to a gold standard, new ships will be obviously at that standard as well. more or less.
Yeah, that's sort of true. I mean, gold standard obviously representing the current snapshot of what is highest level technology they've got at the moment. And it's not the same as sort of like a finalised pass of what they'll probably do. I say final pass, and when the game's sort of released, once they've got all of the game systems in there, the resource management system, all that sort of stuff, and it's going to be a little bit different. But gold pass is still pretty high level. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. There's also a load of work going on into AI and creature-focused stuff. So NPCs, creatures, boids especially, which are sort of rats and fish, insects and birds, things like that. Are you looking forward to the genesis and the start of animals in the verse?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be able to have creatures as pets in some way. That's one of the sort of stretch goals. We are supposed to be able to do farming to some level. We do know that there's going to be space cows, and we've seen them in the engine demo, probably going to be coming out this year. We've seen star whales flying around in the gas giant of Orison. I say of Orison, of Crusader, around Orison. And we know there's like the Boreal Stalker, which is the Macrotech Yeti. We know there's the terrifying Cthulhu crab around Pyro. We've seen Sandworm around Layer 3. There's a load of cool stuff coming to the game at some point. I'm looking forward to a mixture of farming, big game hunting, and just generally feeling a bit endangered myself when I'm running around a planet. Lots of Squadron 42 features are getting brought over to the game over the next 6 to 12 months. That's something to look forward to as well. I do genuinely think that Cloud Imperium have described the game as in its sort of like its watershed year now, the persistent universe. And I do think that is true.
I hope it's true.
We hope it's true, yes, indeed. It looks to be true. They've obviously got their studios in the UK sort of in really good state now. They've got a load more staff. They've got Turbulent Studio working sort of full-time on Star Citizen now. They've got a lot of the devs from Squadron 42 working on the persistent universe. And something I'm very much looking forward to them actually getting out ASAP is the Star Map and maybe Glass updates, but basically the Star Map update, right? I'll keep on hammering on about that. It's so important for them to have a working, functional, fun, easy-to-use Star Map, and it's sort of offensive that they haven't had one until close to now. And we're still waiting. Something else I'm still waiting on, like hopefully Cloud Imperium will do this year as well, is organisation updates and that sort of stuff. So the ability to, at a glance, see who's in whose org and share ships, stuff like that. There's a load of org features that we need. Something else major I wanted to talk about, Zin, is, you know, all those ships that were in 2023?
Yeah.
All those ships that they released in 2023.
There were a lot of them, weren't there?
There was quite a few. I think it's one of the biggest years for the amount of ships being released. It's interesting because they're going, in case you missed any of them, they're going to sell them all again, starting from the 18th of January for a limited time. So I got an email through saying that, and I went, what? And it said, in case you missed it, coming January 18th, for a limited time, all the new ships released in 2023 will be available to add to your fleet. So we recognise that some of you have missed these ships and the releases, or didn't have a chance to pick them up. With the recent and upcoming game updates in 2024, you can expect to experience gameplay that will certainly enhance your ship experience. So I just think that's a really interesting one. They're going, you know what? Some of you didn't buy these ships, so we're selling them again. Which is true. Some of us didn't buy them. Some of us did. So what ships are they? That is, ships that were released in 2023 is the Drake Vulture, the Scorpio Centaurs, the Lynx, the Murai Fury series, so the Fury, the MX and the LX, the Hull C, the Crusader Spirit A1 and C1, the Storm and Storm AA, the Argo SRV, which is the tractor beam tow ship, the Cutter Scout and Rambler, the Gatak Sulem, the Aopoa Santok Yai, and the Origins X1 series of the X1 Velocity and Force. So, excited by any of those? Well, actually, yeah, I do want to buy one of those. I haven't got one that I wanted.
No, I'm okay.
So my favourite out of those that we mentioned is probably the Vulture. Just because it's a cool little salvage ship and it really has propelled the game a bit forward. I also really like the Hull C now that it's in a better state. The Spirit series are cool. I like the Spirit C1. It doesn't take my fancy as much as I thought it would. I still love the Drake Cutlass Black. I've got a lot of love for that ship. But something else that was also technically sold in 2023 and was made available in 2023 is the F8C Lightning.
Yes.
Now, is this going to be part of the sale? That's my question. And I put, as a note here, probably purchasable by people that already have a golden ticket and haven't already bought an F8C.
Yeah.
Do you think that's quite probable? They go, yeah.
Yeah, it's very much possible.
It's the sort of thing they sold it at the IAE to people that had the golden ticket with a high level insurance, which caused a bit of drama because people were like, I bought it earlier than that. I only got 6 months or whatever. But they did eventually give people the I think it was lifetime insurance or the 240-month insurance. Something like a 10-year insurance. I think it was something like that. That'd be 120 months insurance, not 240. That's 20 years insurance. You know what I mean? 10 years insurance.
Yes.
The other thing was, do you think they're going to sell any concepts from 2023?
So, interestingly, I've just done a little bit of digging. So there's an image in the background of that link you've given.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is.
So there's an Antares. That looks like the Antares.
There's a Zeus Mark II in the top right corner.
Yeah, there's a Zeus Mark II. So you've got the Santok Yai, the Miscol Sea, the Tumbrel Storm.
The Storm, that is a Storm or a Storm AA, one of the two.
Yeah, well, I think that's the AA. The other one's the normal one, given by the look at the top. I don't know.
Yes, no, you're right. Yeah.
But there's definitely what looks like 3 Zeuses.
I think that the bottom centre on the left, that's the Arastra.
Bottom centre on the left.
Bottom centre left. So you've got the Fury. So
that's the image I'm looking at.
Oh, that is different. So, different image from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
So let's go from yours. So, centre, middle, top left of the centre. Oh my god.
Second row, third along.
Yes.
Arastra. Yes.
My bad. Like, oh my god. So Zin and I play a load of escape room games
puzzle,
and stuff. Yeah, cooperative puzzle games. And the way I explain stuff to her can be mind-numbingly just enraging. So apologies for that. So it looks like they are going to be selling, probably according to this picture, the Zeus's, the Arastra. There's no F8C on that picture though.
No.
But I still suspect they will sell it to people that have the gold tickets. Good job for finding that.
Thanks.
How do you feel about Cloud Imperium selling all the ships from 2023 on the 18th of January again? All of those new ships. Do you think that's totally cool, totally fine? You really like the idea, or you think it's a bit scummy or a bit predatory monetarily, or?
No, I mean, they can do what they want. And if there are people who did want to buy the ships and didn't get a chance to do it, then this is good for them. Like, I don't see a problem.
No, it was just a weird justification. So it was just, the ones that we sold in 2023, we're going to sell them again. What?
Yeah.
Why not sell all of them again? I suppose they have the IAE for that. I don't know. It was a bit weird. Maybe they literally are going, look, that things like the Drake Vulture, the Hull C, and some of these other unloaded ground vehicles and stuff, they are going to be hugely changing or impactful gameplay-wise in 2024, so we're giving you the opportunity to buy them again. Maybe there's an element of that, and obviously the SRV. I'm sort of interested to know what other people think about that. Like, are they totally cool with that? There's actually something they wanted to pick up, to think that the justification of actually big impactful changes coming to the game with these ships that actually you might want to pick them up, or are you sort of very much like, I'll pick them up in-game, I'll just get them with in-game credits and in-game monies, which I think is how I would suggest people do it. That's your preferred method, right, Sin? Get it in-game? Yeah. If you had to start the game with give them one ship, any ship you wanted, what would you have? I like the fact you're really thinking about it.
Maybe the Mercury Star Runner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I would give you another raise, but I've already given one recently. Yes, Mercury Star Runner. Good choice.
Like, it's small enough to fly solo, but you can have more people in it if you want.
Yeah, and it's got data running for the potential in the future.
And it's got a big cargo bay.
It's got a big cargo bay for its size anyway. It can carry a little ground vehicle. It's got little smuggling points and little hidey holes and little secret chessboard. It's perfect ship. Best ship in the game. And on that bombshell, I think we'll ask what your favourite ships are. Tell us in the comments below. And is there anything you wanted to pick up from 2023 that you can now pick up on the 18th of January? And do you think they're going to be selling the F8C to golden ticket holders again or not? And are you looking forward to 3.22.0A being released to the actual live build and Siege of Orison being run again? And what bored because you're waiting for Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live and think CIG should be putting more content out, especially during the lull periods? They should have other stuff going around, or do you think it's actually totally fine and you're quite happy playing Star Citizen when it's relatively stable? But yeah, whatever your thoughts and opinions, please check them in the comments below. Say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. The giant ape climbed the skyscraper, swatting at helicopters that harassed him. You look up at the massive 50-foot creature of muscle and hair. He's got you firmly in his grasp. Any more pressure and you'd snap like a twig. He brings you to his mouth, and then you realise you should have got yourself nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. It would have provided you security and anonymity, preventing the great ape from finding you, but also accessibility to some of your favourite shows. Check out the links below for a massive discount and to help support the channel. Talking about supporting the channel, you can help by pressing that join button under my videos or even becoming a Patreon with the links below again. That goes a long way to helping us make daily Star Citizen content. A massive thank you to everyone that does that already or supports the channel in other ways like commenting, liking and sharing videos. We are just about to hit 200,000 subscribers, which is awesome, seeing we are a niche Star Citizen dedicated channel. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For January 2024, we are giving away a Drake Corsair. This is a very popular multi-role, multi-crew explorer ship that is very good at a huge range of stuff in the verse. It also comes with lifetime insurance and a game package, all you need to play Star Citizen, and all you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during this month. More details in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my channel and other videos on there as well, and I'll see you in the verse.